What a day, what a life. I'm glad to be with you today on I Can Make It. This is Simon and Samantha and Callisto saying, you can make it. We love coming, and when we come with understanding, we come with peace, we come with joy, knowing that you can make it. There's nothing that celebrates a man like success. When you succeed in whatever you are doing, it makes you want to live a better life. It makes you also mean well for other people. Any success that you have that you do not mean well for others is not a good success. You know, there is bad success, there is good success. So when we are talking about success here, we are talking about good success. You are welcome to I Can Make It. There's something I would like to say to you, that good things usually does not come quickly or easily. So for anything good that you want to achieve in life, it does not come quickly. It does not come easily. It comes when you are consistent in whatever you are doing, making progress through goals and vision and commitment to the principle that will lead you to achieve that goal that you have set in your life. And I want to tell you, you are welcome. I'm happy to be in the studio today with Callistus. Brother Callistus, thank you. You're looking wonderful. I like your suit.
Thank you so much. You too, your shirt is.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's really fine.
Thank
you so much. Welcome again. Welcome to this great session and this time of pushing. We're here today again to push you into success. And like my brother said, we are here to push you into good success, not just any kind of success, because success is relative, all right? An armed robber who went to rob over the night, if he succeeds at robbing, he will say he had what? Success.
Yeah, success.
All right, yeah, but if we scale that, we would not say it was a good success.
Yeah.
All right, we will say because in the act of doing that, he would have killed, he took something that does not belong to him. All right, so we are here to push you into good success. All right, all right. So last time we were talking about things that you need to do so that you don't regret in life. Things that you need to do so that you don't regret in life. We always say here that if you don't want things to fall apart, that you have to play your part. Yeah. And if you want things to fall in place, you must take your place. All right. So today we want to start with this lesson. And this lesson says, in order to be successful, you need to put yourself first. You need to put what? Yourself first. You need to consider yourself. You are the first consideration. You know, I hear, some companies, I hear some marketers say that customers are first. And I am wondering, what attracts the customers? There is something that attracts the customer, all right? What about the product? What about the service? So if you say customers first, then, I mean, you are not selling the customers. You are not advertising the customers. There is a service that you are advertising. There is a product that you are advertising, all right? So why are we saying this? We're saying this so that in the scheme of success, you need to know that you are the most important person. Why? Because the idea came from you, all right? So the idea is first. The idea for the service, the idea for the product is first. Because that's what will attract the customers eventually, all right? So you are first, all right? See yourself first. And why do we want you to see yourself first? So that you can scale up your development, scale up your knowledge, scale up your finding, your research, all right? Because if you are to be the first, it means that what goes first must be the best. Because if you are not the best, then whatever you're going to produce, whatever you're going to provide, whatever service you're going to provide will not be the best. And if your idea, if your product, if your service is not, if it's not at par, if it's not, at its peak, then you will not have customers in the first place. Nobody will look at your product. If your product is not well packaged, it will not attract customers. So we want to encourage you. You are the first person in that tree. You are the first person in that line, all right? That's why if you look at companies' organograms, if you look at, their organizational charts, the first person you see there is the founder of the business. Yes, is I mean, it's the person who founded the business. That's the number one person in that organogram. All right? So that person who is number one needs to be, at his best. So that's what we're trying to say here today, right? So that in the scheme of success, you are number one because you are the service provider. If you don't provide the service, there will be no customer. You are the product provider. If there's no product, there would not be customers. All right? That's what we're saying. So scale up, all right? Be your best. Develop yourself very well. That thing you're doing, we want to ask you to be detailed in what you are doing. All right? What do you think, sir?
Yeah, you are very correct. Until you, like I always say, a man cannot vomit what he has not eaten. The truth here is, first of all, develop yourself. It's what you have that you give. So if you are to be successful, you have to put yourself first. When you put yourself first, then men will see, then get attracted to whatever you are doing. But if you don't put yourself first, if you don't take care of yourself, there are some people, they want to live for others. And before you know it, they kill their body and their spirit have nobody to rest on. So take care of yourself. Put yourself first. And if you put yourself first, a man that has self-love, is very easy for the man to love. If you don't have self-love, you cannot love. That's why it is said, love your neighbor as yourself. For you to have good service delivery, you must have skills. You have to be successful in that skill. Then you can now serve somebody. Because we have been saying here, service is the rent you pay for every space you occupy. So putting yourself first is something you need to do. Develop yourself. Be alive. It takes a man that is standing to help another man to stand. Two fallen men cannot stand themselves. So you have to put yourself first. People call you selfish. But let me tell you, you are not actually selfish. You are just putting yourself first. Then you can give to somebody what you have. Such as I have, I can give to you. Not such I am looking for. Because a man that is looking for cannot give you direction. So that is why it is said that you should follow those that know where they are going. So it's very important. Develop yourself. Don't listen to people who are saying that you are selfish. No, you need to develop yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. Self-love is the foundation to love other people. Do unto others what you also want them to do unto you. Now, in looking at that, you need to learn to put yourself first. If you do that, you will live a life full of grace and full of increase, full of favor, because you become the mirror, you become the reflection of who you are in other people.
Wow. All right. So, just to add to that, it says, do not bother about what people will say about your putting yourself first. They will not understand, but you understand. So they will always say, put the best food first. All right. Stick out the best food first. All right. All right. So we want to go to the next lesson, and this lesson says, never reveal your weakness and vital information to anyone. They say they will be used against you anytime and any day. Well, I would like to say this, all right, that do not speak out your weakness, all right? Remember, in this program, we always encourage you to speak positive things, all right? Speak positive things, all right? So I would rather you speak out, your strength, all right? Say what you can do, all right? Bring out your best CV, not your weakness. Don't voice it out, all right? It's David. David met Goliath, all right? And the things he said were his strengths. He said, I killed a lion. I killed a bear, all right, with my hands. He doled out his CV, all right? He embellished his CV, all right? He didn't tell, and of course, David had weaknesses. Even his brothers were against him. They asked him, what have you come to do? You've come to pride your, he had weaknesses. But when he was face to face with Goliath, what he did was to say his strength, all right? It was what to say strength, because anytime you say your strength, there is something that is inside of you that inspires strength to come out. There is a courage that comes out, all right? Because what you say is what will be eventually. What you say is what you will have. So we're saying, please don't talk too much about your weakness. Nobody wants to know, why that thing failed or why that thing didn't succeed, all right? Yeah. All right? So if anything you are doing, if it fails, come out, learn lesson from that thing that failed. After all, what you knew, yes, what you're going to say is that I just knew that in this way, this thing is going to fail. That's what you have learned. That is what you have learned. So please always speak out life. Speak out positive things. Because from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. All right? A man will only vomit what he has eaten. If you eat the right thing, that is what you will vomit.
No, you know that it's very important for us to speak the right word, just like what we are saying. Instead of you talking about your weakness, never talk about your weakness. Talk about your strength. You know, you will have what you say. I've often told people, if you know what you say will come to pass, what will you say?
Say the right thing.
If you know that if you say what you say will come to pass, what will you say? So it's very important for always speak where you are going. Don't speak where you are coming from. You might have a bitter background. You might have a bitter experiences. You might have one failure or the other. Don't dwell on it. The reason why God created us, He did not put eye in our back, is because our back is not necessary. He got our back. But we must constantly look forward to where we are going. The future we are trusting Him for. The tomorrow we know is better than today. You constantly dwell on that. Don't dwell on the negative aspects. Don't dwell on your past failures. Dwell on the success that is ahead of you. The expectation of a man that trusts in God cannot be cut off. So it's very important that you focus. Don't dwell on your weakness. Don't go telling everybody about your weakness. No. Because along the line, somebody will use your weakness against you. But when you talk about your strength, when you talk about when you are positive-minded, even in a negative situation, you will say, God will make a way for us. When you are in a situation, when you look impossible, let me tell you this. Let me share this with you. Many years ago, precisely about 23 years ago, my son was in the hospital. And while in the hospital, they were giving him drugs. They said he had bronchopneumonia. That was in Jos. And the drug they asked us to buy was called Augmentin. And this Augmentin they asked us to buy, they be giving to him. It did not work. So they now got another drug, what Fortune or what they call it. And that drug is very high. And because of it, as he was taking that blood, the blood level was going down. So on this fateful day, I came, they told me that the PCV has dropped to like, is it 25? That they need to give him blood. On that fateful day, even though I know that I was not too sure the blood I have in my body will be enough, I begin to tell the doctors, don't worry, you said you need blood, I'm going to give you 4 pounds. I said, go and get it, I'm going to donate 4 liters, not even a pound. They just asked him to come and give 1 pound. I said, I will give them 4 liters. Wow. I know that even me, I was not too sure whether the blood in my body will be enough for me. Talk less of giving 4 liters. So I was always speaking. I said, I will give blood. Don't worry. So I now asked my wife that day, on that fateful day, I asked my wife, what food do you have in the house? Because they want me to come and give blood. I was not too sure the blood I have in my body. I asked her, what food? He said he had just cooked, because we were doing shifting in the hospital. I went home that day. Then I now finished eating the food that my wife had cooked. Then I look up and say, oh God, I don't know whether I have enough blood.
But you have said
I have said I am going to give 4 liters. I don't know what to do. You know, that is why it's very important for you. God is always our guest.
Yes.
when it looked very impossible. I cannot explain what happened. But that prayer I prayed that day was not, I was not just shouting. It was me inside the room, finished eating in my one-room parlor apartment. Then I look up and say, oh God, I know. And the prayer was, I just told God, you know that, even me, you know that me, I'm not too sure that whether the blood in my body, whether my blood is even enough. Oh God, help me. You know, there was a word that God dropped in my spirit, and that's day and night I can always remember. He said, there have been no temptation that come your way, such as is common to men. And he said, God, with the temptation, will make a way of escape. Yes. Do you know when I finished reading that, I started shouting, escape, escape. I shouted, escape. I started escape, that God, you showed me the way of escape. Guess what? I got to the hospital in Jute, what I'm talking about. This happened in Jute. I got to the hospital gate. I saw the consultant. The consultant asked me, they are looking for you. Are you ready? Even though I prayed escape, the consultant was telling me, are you ready? I say, £4. Oh, yeah. I am ready. I want to give £4. I was not too sure, but I was still saying that I will give £4. Yes. Do you know, when I got inside the hospital, I told my wife, don't worry, I'm ready now. Oh yeah, I will give £4. One of the consultants came in and he checked the boy, looked at the boy's face. He now took the sample. Then he now said, oh no, he said, okay, let's go and check it. They now took this and went and said the PCV has gone up.
Wow.
Has gone up. Then I now rested. I say, oh God, thank you. The blood level was down in the morning. I came back in the evening. They were still giving that fortune drug they give it to him. They said it was very strong antibiotics for him that have bronchopneumonia. They said the blood have gone up. Well, somebody can sit down there and say that is how this testimony, how is it true? Blood will go up. Is the truth. But you might not believe that, you might think that the doctor make mistake. But at least the mistake was corrected when I came back.
Yes.
They didn't have to
because
take,
of what you said.
they didn't know, they didn't have to take my blood. If you cannot say anything, don't say negative things.
That's right.
If you cannot say anything, don't say I'm dying. No. Say I will not die.
Yes.
I will live and declare the words of the Lord in the land of the living. I will make it. I will break through. This situation I find myself, God will make a way of escape. This thing that is happening to me will become, this one will also come to pass. It will add to my testimony. Right. This is 23 years later I'm sharing with you. That boy now is 24 years old and he will soon graduate now. 24 years old. Wow. What am I saying? There is nothing you are going through that God cannot make a way for you. The important thing is how you handle it. That's why we say don't dwell on your weakness. Don't go talking about your weakness. Yes. Talk about strength. Talk about your energy. I can do all things. Talk about strength. I can do so many things. There is nothing that will happen to me that God will not make a way of escape. I want to tell you today, if you have a family, you are there listening to us this day, we are saying you can make it. You can succeed. You can break through. Yes, Carlos.
All right. So, you know, I just want to add to that, that as a man thinketh, so is he. So, speaking the right thing will come from the right thinking. So, think right, okay? Have the right mindset, okay? Always look at life with the right perspective, all right? Don't think that all hope is not lost. All right? Everyone who is joined to the living, there is what? There is hope. There is hope, all right? So look at the brighter side of life, okay? Always speak your strength. Say you can do this, you can do that. Even in that deadly and ugly situation, you can still rise up and you can still make it, all right? Okay, so we'll go to the next lesson, all right? So, and this lesson says, doing things only for proving, you know, proving something to someone or getting the approval of others is not worth it. All right? Don't do things because you want to impress people. We have said this several times on this program, and we'll keep saying it. We'll keep saying it because we want it to sink into your mind. We want it to become your mindset. You don't do things to impress people. So the question is, what is the motive for whatever you are doing? All right? It's motive. What is the motive? Are you dressing because you want to impress that that boss? Are you dressing because you want to impress that lady or that young man? All right. What is the motive? Motive is, why are you doing what you are doing? Okay. So if you don't have the right motive, you will eventually fail. Of course. Because how long will you keep pretending? How long will you keep, living that facade kind of life? So watch your motive. And this will bring me to say, let love always be your motive for doing whatever thing you are doing. Let love just be, just love. Whatever I'm going to do, if I want to impress someone, what if I end up hurting the person? So you see, there is no love. All right, so let's walk in love. Let's always make love what our motive. God, our creator, is a lovely God. And that's why he created us. He created us because he loved us. And he still loves us. All right, so we want to encourage you today. Let love be your motive for doing whatever thing you want to do. Not because you want to impress people. Because most times, because we want to impress people, we dabble into all kinds of things. All right? You may even go into borrowing. Or you go to heavy borrowing because you want to impress somebody. Some even go into stealing. Yes, because you want to impress somebody. Some even, go into saying all kinds of things that they don't know, because take loans, and facilities and all that, because they want to impress somebody.
Want to prove a point.
Want to prove a point. What is that point that you want to prove? If that point is pointless, don't prove it. It's not, nobody will hold you, nobody will pin your neck to the ground and say, you must prove this point. All right? Live your life very sweetly, very smoothly. Just make sure that you have the right motive in whatever you are doing.
Wow, what a joy. What a word. Doing things only to prove something to someone. If you are that kind of person, you will never be satisfied in life. You need to avoid it. There are some people, just like what my brother mentioned, there are some people, they will go borrow money to buy a car because they want to travel for Christmas. They will go and borrow money and buy the car. Just for that Christmas. And by the time they go there, they will now make people to be talking, they want to show off. Let me tell you, have you ever considered that car knock engine? Or the car, you have accident with it? Learn to be content with such as you have. Grow with time. Grow with your business. Don't prove a point to anybody. I don't need to prove a point to anybody. That is why you see, it's a poor man that when he's dressing, he uses so many things to dress just to prove a point. Want to prove a point that is rich. If you see a man that is rich, you might not even know. You will walk past him. Why? He has come to a place of rest and acceptance. But somebody just want to make a statement. We don't fly this class. If you don't have money, why? What are you trying to prove? You are flying first class. Is it at the same time we are going to come down? But you want to keep a class. And that class have now classified you poor. That class have classified you lack. That class have classified you into pride. Pride of life. Desire the wrong things. And at the end of the day, you are now struggling. You go and buy things that you cannot afford. Why? What are you buying those things for? The phone you are using has not spoiled because you just want to prove to your friend that you are always the first to know, first to do this, first to do that. So you go and you are forced to enter into it. Now, nobody will give you an award for being a debtor. Nobody will give you an award. It's good that don't try to prove anything to anybody. Even sometimes the people that you are proving to, they are not even aware. They are not looking at you. They are not looking at you. You are trying to prove a point. Now you are earning a whole year. Your annual salary is about 1.2 million. You are proving a point. You have packed from the place you are supposed to save money to buy a land. You are moved to a place now. The expenses you have is above your income. You are proving a point. You know, my friends got married. They moved into this duplex. The man you are getting married to is staying in one bedroom flat. You say no, you just want to prove a point. So you drag and struggle and move away. Immediately you now move into a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom duplex. I want to ask you a question. If you eat all your future now, what are you going to eat later part of your life? You think that life is progressive. At every age, every stage, there are things that are open up to you.
Yes.
It's like, for example, I have a son. He's just 16, I'll be 17 years old. I will not give him my car key. Is it because I don't love him? I love him. He's not of age. He's not strong yet. He might see me drive. He might like it. He might touch the steering. But he's not going to have the key. Now, you cannot say because you love somebody and you are doing, if you really love somebody, tell him, you know, when I was getting married, try living according to what you have. When I was getting married, people trying to prove a point. It has killed a lot of people. The cloth we were supposed to use on that day, my wife had bought the cloth. Me have bought the things we were going to use, drove all the way from Jos to Benin. My wife had bought the cloth she bought. She said we are going to eat for tradition. That was what she has. I liked it. There was no problem.
Wow.
I like it. Now, I appreciated her for her own effort. Do you know that in the evening, today, this was like on Thursday, or that Thursday or Wednesday, the evening of it, some of our friends came and told her, is it not you? You and is it Simon? No, you can't wear this dress. You can't wear this dress. For what? My father-in-law did not say he will not collect dowry from my hand because of the dress.
Yeah.
The people that are making suggestions did not bring any. They didn't even bring any cloth.
Can you imagine?
They were telling my wife, oh, you can't wear. No, this one is just no. You can't wear this type of dress. Okay, your recommendation. Are you sponsoring it?
You're not sponsoring.
They did sponsor it. You know what they now did? They now told my wife that there is a woman they know that who sell. They will go and buy it
on credit.
On credit after the wedding. How can I be planning my wedding? How can I be planning a wedding and planning for other people's pocket? Are they the one that is getting married? Do you know, when they encouraged my wife came and met me. This was just few days. This is Thursday, few days to my wedding. My wife came and met me and saying, look at what her friends are saying. I said, and I called her. When she finished talking to me, I said, thank you very much. I said, that dress that you bought, that we are going to use, I like it. That's what I'm going to use. Beautiful. I said, now, I have not married you now. I have not paid your dowry. We are still trying to get married. We want to enter. Me, I am conscious of where I'm going. I said, but let me just tell you this. This is exactly practical. I said, now, if you go and carry that cloth, you will wear it alone. I won't join you. Wow. And if you go and carry that, I won't join you. And tell the man, if you don't pay that cloth before they join us, if the man or the woman come to draw money in our house, I will pour the person hot water. Because I don't want trouble. I don't want trouble. Are you hearing me? So she listened to me and went to her friends and told them that I am not in agreement. I want to bring out something here. Because if you allow God uses men, allow things that God wants to do. Let me tell you, if you see God's plan as you are moving, you will tear your own. Wow. If you ever see God's plan for your life,
yes, always the best.
If you think you have plan, we are always saying have plans so that you don't be empty at this journey. But you see, if you actually look at the plan of God for your life, you will take back that thing you wrote, you will tear it and make it bigger. Do you know that when that day that will happen on Wednesday, on Thursday, we're still planning doing one thing or the other. We have sorted out that dress. I received a parcel from my wife, big parcel like this. We opened it. It was one of the best lace I have ever seen. Wow. Somebody outside the country sent that. I said that is our contribution for our wedding. Wow. Better than the credit he wanted to go and carry. Better than The one that
that
we
she
had
would have
before.
used, yes.
But at the end of the day, no cost. At no cost. No stress.
No stress.
Have you not heard? Have it not been told you that the blessings that God blesses us does not bring quarrel, does not bring sorrow, does not bring addition? With all this to and fro like the devil, you are running up and down as if satanic assignment have answered you. Where are you going? What have you achieved? Those people you want to prove a point to. There are people that have gone. A woman was talking to me last month that her husband went to borrow money and buy G-Wagon. Take loan from bank.
To buy G-Wagon?
Yes. Because he want to prove a point. He want to allow people to know that he has arrived. He went to borrow money to buy a car. He went, borrow, pay interest to buy liability, not assets. There are a lot of fault. Life is not competition. No. As I'm here now, if what I have will not give me, if you cannot give me sleepless, if you give me sleepless night, I will release it. Because you need to understand life and live this life, knowing that for sure you brought nothing to this world and for sure you are taking nothing out of it. We are going to be coming back. Don't go away. This is Simon and Samantha and Callisto telling you, you can make it. Don't go away. We'll be back.